Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, Professor's channel once again. So here for the first time, please do subscribe to my channel because I have especially made this channel for young students to talk about careers and courses and to also share my own knowledge, my own experience in the various processes related to colleges and universities, like the admissions process, like the details about the courses and all these useful informations, and also to talk about the various competitive exams like CUET PG, NET JRF, and so many other useful tips. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the PhD applications and admissions process to different universities as requested by one of my viewers. So what I've been doing these days is that I've been checking all your comments, all the comments of the viewers, and also as requested by some of the viewers to make certain videos on certain topics and informations, I have handpicked all these topics selected by you, the viewers. And in the last videos, you can also check my previous videos. So I made this video on CSAS for the Delhi University PG admissions process. So you can go ahead and check out the link below my videos. So as requested by one of the viewers, that's how I've been making the videos. And this time I have also read through all your comments, and as requested by you, I came up with this video on the PhD application process. And also I have been checking all your comments, so like one by one I'm gonna make all the videos. So do keep on commenting on what kind of videos and informations you would like me to share. As also, like one of the viewers last time, for example, he shared about this course, political science and international relations. So that video is also coming soon right away, so do keep tuning on to my channel. So for today's video, let's get right to the topic without any delay, that is PhD applications process. So first of all, we need to understand, especially in Indian context. So for today, I'm going to be talking about doing PhDs in Indian universities, and in the next video, I'm going to be talking about PhD in foreign countries, like what are the processes, what is the application procedure, and what are the prospects, what are the advantages and all. So for today's video, first of all, I'm going to be talking about the application procedures, number one. Second, I'm going to be talking about the various prospects of doing PhD, the advantages and disadvantages, like that. So this is how I'm going to be sharing the informations related to PhD. So friends, let us first understand what are all the steps and procedures for PhD applications. The first step, this is number one, the entrance test, or this is the first entry step. So initially what happens is that usually the students have the option to either give entrance tests for the different universities. So for example, if you want to do PhD in, let's say, within a sociology department in Delhi University, then you have to give the entrance exam conducted by the sociology departments. Or the second option is that if you have already cleared NET exam, like if you have already passed NET or with JRF also, then you can get direct entry into the first step of this application procedure. But from this year onwards, they have slightly changed the this entry step. So the thing is that instead of conducting entrance examination differently for all the colleges and universities, everybody has to give NET JRF exam. So during my time, I cleared a NET JRF, and I didn't have the this obligation to give entrance exam separately. But many of my friends, they did not clear both NET as well as NET JRF, and they had to actually give entrance examinations before going into the other steps. But as a first step, since I already cleared NET JRF, I was exempted from giving entrance tests. But from this year onwards, irrespective of whether you clear NET JRF or not, everybody has to give NET JRF exam. And the thing is that first of all, then if you clear NET along with JRF, then you get direct entry to continue your applications process into the remaining steps. And if you, for example, if you have not cleared JRF, let's say if you only clear NET, then you can also gain a direct entry. And the third case is that maybe you have not cleared JRF also, and your cutoff score it also did not reach the cutoff score for net. Then the thing is that there will be a PhD cutoff score separately. So this is a new rule, new rules that has come up this year, because initially what happens is that when somebody gives net JRF, then the cutoff is only for the JRF and only for the net. But this time, apart from JRF and net, then there is also the third cutoff score. And if you reach, if you manage to reach this cutoff score, then you can gain direct entry into the remaining steps of application for PhD. So the next step is that let's try to understand what is the next step now that the entry step is done. So friends, the second step is the proposal presentation. So proposal presentation is that first of all, in order to pursue PhD in particular institute or university, then you also need to ensure that you have your own PhD proposal where you select certain PhD topics, and then where you plan out all the important things and all the important points and all the itineraries related to your PhD work. So if you plan to do, let's say, PhD in gender issues, then you need to select a particular topic, particular title. You need to make proposals, like for example, what are the objectives and what is the importance and significance of choosing this topic, what is the study context, like which part of India you are selecting this particular study, and what kind of data collections, methodologies, data analysis methods, and all these things. This is the proposal. So before proposal presentation, okay, so this is only once you have cleared the first step. Okay, the first step is like the entry step, where you have to give net JRF. Okay, that is the first requirement. So once you reach the particular cutoff score, as I've already mentioned, then this is the second step, that is the proposal presentations. So before proposal presentation, depending on the institutes and universities, like for example, Delhi University, where I have done my PhD, first of all, we were made to submit this abstract of our PhD proposal. So abstract is just like short, it can be 200 or 300 words, summarization of the entire PhD that we plan to do. So like that, we have to submit, and out of all these abstracts, then the institute will select maybe top 20 or top 10, like that, and these top 10, they have to do this proposal presentations. But in some other universities, like for example IIMs, Indian Institute of Management, then instead of this abstract submissions, and they might also have interviews to assess the knowledge and experience of the candidates, and that's how they select the candidates for proposal presentation. So depending on, you need to check out the university's criteria. So you can also comment down below like what information you would like to know for which universities and all. I'm gonna surely find out about it and share you the details. But for now, I'm talking about this proposal presentation steps. So after the abstract submission, so once this abstract submission is done, so the institute is going to select the top 10 or 20 based on the this quality of your abstract, and also the prospects. Like if you have chosen certain topics which the institute finds it quite relevant, then maybe you have higher chances of being selected. And also another thing you need to understand is that the number of seats, it's not fixed for every institute. So depending on the professor's requirement, because when you do PhD, it's not like masters or graduate where there are, let's say, 50 or 60 students in a batch. Here, depending on the professor's requirement. So let's say there are 5 professors in an institute, and each of the professors, they are ready to take, let's say, 2 students each for PhD, because you have to work under the professors, right? So there is a limited number of students that the professors can take. So depending on the professor's requirements, some may want to take only 1, some may want to take 3 or more, like that. So just imagine that there are 5 professors and they're ready to take 2 students on average, then that will become 10. So they are ready to take 10 students total. So only 10 students will be selected for that particular institute. So in that, so during the proposal presentations, what happens is that you have to present your entire PhD proposal in front of all the professors, and and they will judge whether you are eligible to pursue PhD in their institute. So this will be like PPT, PowerPoint presentation. That's how we used to do. So proposals, it's like, as I've already mentioned, it needs to contain all the basic structures of research, like introductions, objectives, theoretical premises and review of literature, then study context, geographical context, and then and then various other things like methodologies, data collection methods, data analysis methods, expected outcomes of the study, and all these relevant informations. And proposals, it's usually quite long. I remember, like, for me it came around like 6,000 to 8,000 words, like that. That's how it came, and we have to submit a proposal, and after that we have to give presentations. It's like in PowerPoint format. That's how we used to do in front of all the professors. And then later on, after all the students have finished, are done with their presentation, then the professors are gonna give points. They're gonna score the students, and they're gonna decide who are the best out of these. So one more critical information that you need to understand is that you need to find out the details of the professors. Because, for example, let's say you want to do PhD in environment, but if the professors, if they're not interested in environmental issues, then they will not select you, even if your proposal is so good. So depending on the requirement of the institute and of the professor, so you need to do a thorough background check of all the professors, like which field of study they are specialized. Some may be specialized in, let's say, gender, some may be in let's say economic issues, some may be specialized in political issues. So you need to understand their study areas, their specialization areas, and if it's matching with your own interest area, then that's how you choose the topic, your PhD topic, and also the PhD title and all like that. So when you give those presentation, then the teachers, the professor, they might be impressed with your topic, with your title, and then there is higher chance of you being getting selected. So like that, that's how presentations happen. So after this, like what is the next step? What is the next procedure? The third procedure, this is selections and allotment. So out of all the people who have presented, then they're gonna select the, let's say, 10 best presenters. And then, so all these 10 students who are already selected, they will be assigned their own supervisor. So for example, if you have chosen gender issues, then you will be placed under this professor who is specialized in gender issues. Like that, allotment happens. And also one thing is that many of the students, they also try to contact the professors personally or through common reference. Like if you know a professor personally, then the professors can contact the other professors in that institute, or if they are friends, like that, then you can also like just find out about it, and then you can just approach the professors, and then like it's not like personally influencing them to select you, doing partiality and all these things. It's just like understanding their study area, study topics, and just interacting with them, approaching them. Then also the professors will have like more understanding about you and your interests, and also this also you can do. Then that's how the selection happens and the allotment happens. So this is the PhD procedure. So now let's next thing, let's talk about the various prospects, like the various advantages and disadvantages of doing PhD. So the first advantage, before I talk about the advantages and the disadvantages, let us also try to understand like some of the questions. Like, so because PhD, it usually lasts for like 5 to 6 years, so financially, how are you going to sustain? And also, like, how are you going to plan your studies? Like, there will be lots of, let's say, travel plans, like if you are going to conduct data collections in some other places which is far from your home, and you need to participate in conferences and all these things. So how you're going to plan all these things? So worry less, because for example, like depending on whether you have cleared qualifying exams, that is NET, JRF and all, then you can easily determine like how to go about all these things. So for example, there can be like 3 cases, as we have already discussed. Number 1, like if you clear NET along with JRF, then the thing is that you will be paid certain stipends or fellowships each month. So in my time, we used to get around 38, and then that's the stipend amount, and then then there is HRA, housing rent allowance, depending on the cities and towns. So I used to study in Delhi, so it used to come around 7,000 to 8,000. So in per month, we used to get around 45 like that. So that's how the fellowship. I cannot. I'm really not sure how much is the fellowship. It has increased slightly, so I cannot really say what is the exact amount as of now. So with this amount you can sustain your PhD. So that's how many of the students. So without if you do not second case is if you do not clear JRF, if you only clear net, then how are you going to sustain? Then there's also non-net fellowship. So for those people who have failed to clear JRF, then the government provides non-net fellowships of around 8,000 per month, something like that. So maybe some people, I mean, the amount might have been increased also. So you do check it out, do stay updated with the latest informations and updates regarding this. And the third case is if the person has not cleared net, and if the person is simply cleared, cut off for the PhD, then another option is you can, take up teaching. So teaching, again, they require net qualifications, so there can be a problem. But some of the colleges, private colleges and universities, they may not ask for net qualification, so you can definitely go for this. So simultaneously while doing PhD also you can try even part-time teaching and all these things, because I remember many of my friends, they also used to do that. So even I started teaching before completion of my PhD, so that can be another option. So now I'm going to talk about the advantages and the disadvantages. So for me, personally, for me, the first advantage is that PhD, it kind of provides a stress-free work culture, in the sense that I used to work in 9 to 5 jobs. So when we work in corporate sectors, then they may say it's 9 to 5 job, but then in reality it will just go on extend till 6 p.m. 7 p.m. Many of the times it may go until 8 p.m. also, and by the time you come back home also there are so many extra work to do also. So by the time you come back home from office, then you only have time to go for dinner, and then just watch some shows and sleep, like that. So I did not really like the kind of work culture, even if they were paying quite well also. So I decided to do PhD instead, because I also cleared JRF, and I was if I'm getting stipend and fellowship each month, then I can sustain very easily. So I chose the PhD, and then for me, I really demand for freedom of time. So when I get back home from work, then I want to have the best time of myself. I want to relax, I want to have a cup of tea, cook something nice, and then read books, and even do gardening and all this sort and stuff. I really want to do all these things. So that's why I thought of giving up this corporate job, and I chose PhD. So, and I'm also quite happy with the kind of so maybe the corporate people, they are paying quite good, but then many of my friends, they were in corporate, and for me, I sustained myself with a PhD fellowships amount, and it is quite enough for me. Even when I compare to my friends, I was at least able to maintain that standard with my friends, even if they might get paid better than me because they work in corporates. And for me, with the stipend, with the fellowship amount, I was able to save, I was able to invest, and I was not only able to sustain, but I was even able to save and invest and expand the amount, whatever the savings that I had. So I'm pretty much happy with that, because I chose independence, freedom of time, rather than just stressing myself with a kind of intense, hectic work that is prevailing in many job sectors. So now let's talk about the second advantages. The second advantages is no fixed deadline. So I mean, there is no such deadline as such in doing PhD, because so whatever the work that you have to do, data collection, going to the field, writing reports and all these things. It totally depends on you. So today, like, it might be really hectic. You might spend 3 to 4 hours writing some articles, but tomorrow again you might be completely free also. So the deadline, the professors, they don't even fix the deadlines. It's you yourself who have complete freedom to plan out everything. So this year what all you want to do, and next year what all you want to do. So this year maybe you want to, what to say, do with all the, you know, review of literature. You want to read all the books, all the theories related to your PhD. Then next year you want to travel for, you know, data collections, for participating in academic conferences and all these things. So that's how you have complete freedom to plan out for yourself. So it's different from corporate work culture, and where you are always pressurized by the company to, you know, finish before the deadlines, and if you do not finish before the deadline, then there will be penalties and things like that. So here it totally depends on you. So there is no deadline as such. Only thing is that you have to submit your PhD before the time limit. So maybe it can be 5 years, it can be 6 years, like that. And secondly, the thing is that just because I'm saying this, I don't mean to say that you have to waste your time unnecessarily. Just one important thing that you need to keep in mind is that at least try to read and write something every day, even if it's just like 1 page of article, or even 1 paragraph or 1 sentence. Like, you, let's say you have to go out, you know, for parties with your friends and all these things, and at least try to write even just 1 line, you know, 1 sentence, because like later on it will just become pile up, and at the last moment you don't want to, you know, stress up everything, and, you know, try to, you know, finish everything. Then the quality will become very bad. So it's better that, you know, you start. You might think that you have all the time, 5 and 6 years, it's quite long. And even some people, they try to finish the PhD within 3 years. Many of the people who do PhD abroad, they do like that also. But many of them, they just keep on prolonging till 5-6 years, because like the fellowship that the JRF provides, it's for 5 years. So many people, they want to, you know, continue getting these fellowships. So anyway, it depends, you know, personally from one person to another. So you can definitely have the freedom to choose of your own. So now let's go to the third advantages. The third advantages for me, like, it's like various you know, teaching opportunities. Obviously, like when you have PhD, if you really want to take up teaching as a career, which I'm taking up right now, then PhD is quite important. And also, like, you need to do a lot of publication during a PhD. So write as much as articles you want, publish as much as you want. One mistake that I made during my PhD is that I did not publish as much as it used to be, but luckily I got my teaching job right before the completion of my PhD. And but then, like, if I have done publications and all these things, then I it would have been much better. So I would suggest that you need to do publication and all these things. So these are the advantages. What about the disadvantages? Disadvantages is that there is no fixed clarity and deadline, and that's why it can become very you know, underwhelming a lot of the times. Because when you have deadline to finish, deadline in the sense like official deadlines, when you are, what to say, obligated to finish something, they become more serious. But when there is no fix, there is no clarity on when to finish and what to finish, then it can become very underwhelming, and everything you have to plan of your own from the scratch. So that can be like, really, for people who are very casual, then it can completely go out of control. And so for this, you need to be really, what to say, meticulous in planning. You need to maintain your journal, your own diaries, to write down all the, you know, plans, itineraries of PhD, and try to fix your own deadline, your own targets. The first year you want to finish, the second year, third year, and try to plan accordingly. Otherwise, it can become what to say, completely out of control. Like, it can, your mind may become distracted. So many things also. Now the second disadvantages would be again, it can be very frustrating, demotivating, depressing many a times, because like, as I've said again, like, there's no fixed deadline, and you may lose focus completely also. And sometimes you may not be really happy with you know, what you intend to do. Like, you may go for data collections and you may not get really what you have hoped for, expected for. And many people, they lose their mind also while doing PhD also, like, and so all these things can also happen. But it completely depends on you. Like for me, like, I did not have that kind of negative experiences. I really enjoyed doing my PhD because I genuinely was interested in doing PhD. So I had a very good rapport and very good connection with my professor. I maintained very cordial relationship with my professor, and also like I try to at least what to say write something each day, and also like I really enjoyed every step. So and beyond that, I was also able to have my life. I have my own personal life, beyond my PhD. So everything was great, hunky-dory. But many people, they might face a lot of frustrations and all these things. So like this can be one of the disadvantages. So that's all like the advantages and disadvantages for PhD, and also the application procedures which I have talked about. So that is it for today's video, friends. I hope you have had valuable time watching my videos, and if you find my video really helpful, then please do click like, and also comment down below on the kind of videos that you would like me to make. And as I've mentioned in the beginning, that I've been checking all your comments, and I will surely come up with the videos as requested by you all. So with this, again, I would like to take bid adieu, and also please do subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much everyone for watching my videos, and hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.